Okay, you're not going to believe this story, but I guarantee you it's 1000% true. I mean, you can't even get a reliable signal in your home for your phone sometimes, right? And now, actually, because 4G is headed to the moon. Yes, I said 4G is headed to the moon. Can you believe this? Um, you don't have to worry about lunar losers of the near future because you can have your Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram accounts 24/7. NASA is now funding Nokia with a plan to provide cell service on the moon. I kid you not. $14.1 million to set it all up. And I guarantee you the roaming charges are going to be out of this world. And you see, ladies and gentlemen, just an example of the fun that we have here week after week as we talk about living the best digital life. We talk about all the gadgets and gizmos, what's left of your online security and privacy. It's called the Kim Komando Show because, after all, I am still America's beloved digital goddess, Kim Komando, here with you once again. That's right. Please don't worry. Don't worry, they are social distancing our live studio audience. And you can find the Kim Komando Show on 400 top stations from coast to coast. And as you're listening to your local radio station, do me a huge favor. Send them a note. Say thank you so much for keeping us informed during this pandemic, because local stations, they really serve the community. And they would love to hear from you, and they'd love to hear how much you love the Kim Komando Show. And you can also hear us globally on American Forces Network Radio. That's 375,000 American servicemen and women in 175 countries and 200 U.S. Navy, Coast Guard, and Navy's military sea lift command ships at sea. Wow, isn't that amazing? And our T-Mobile Unlimited listener line is now open at 1-888-825-5254. And I know you have at least a few questions, right? 1, 2, or 12 that I can lend a hand to. All right, let's get started with 5 things that you need to know. As you know, I just scour the tech news all day long looking for great stuff for you. And after years of threats, this is really big stuff. The U.S. Justice Department finally sued Google for antitrust violations. They're calling it a monopoly that abuses its dominance to stifle competition and boost its profits. Now, this is going to be really big stuff because Google is in everyone's lives. And that's why this suit has support from both major political parties. And let's face it, at a time when they really can't agree on anything. Now, the government's position is simple. Through its arrogance and misuse of power, Google exerts control over all Americans. It controls the news we read and the security of our most personal information. Think about it. It just doesn't bring back search results. It manipulates them. Google's free, so there's ads, but not the way that ads used to be. Now you have to scroll through 5 or 6 ads at the top that look more like search results, don't they? And there are these ads that direct you to what Google wants you to, including like Google Maps and YouTube, other Google properties. So big changes in the air for big tech, because if Google is guilty, well, guess who else is? Yeah, you're so smart. Facebook, Twitter, Amazon, and a host of others. We'll be talking about what that means to big tech later on this hour. But right now, the lawsuit only deals with Google's search advertising business, and it's probably going to expand. I mean, listen to what happened with the Chrome browser this past week. It was kind of a gotcha. If you have strict privacy settings related to ad tracking set and you're running Chrome, you can have the browser delete cookies and site data automatically. But there's an exception, right? Except for Google and YouTube. Now, Google says that it's a bug that it's going to fix in an update. We got a ton of details over at Komando.com. I mean, just the other day, I was working, I had 12 tabs open, and suddenly Google Chrome crashed. Oh, when that happens, it totally puts me on edge. All right, number 2, Google is a noun and it's a verb. USA Today put together some stats. Just want to pass these along real quickly. Google search is the default option of both iOS and Android, making up what percentage of the market share? Anyone? Anyone? Close to 90. You're right, 88%. Okay. Number 2, is it Yahoo? Is it Bing? Nope. Yahoo. Yes, it's YouTube. That's right. Also owned by Google. And Google's Chrome browser has 60% of the market share worldwide. Apple Safari 16%, Edge 15%. It just goes on. Google Play, Google Calendar, Google Maps, Waze, also owned by Google. Maybe Google should Google monopoly. I mean, what are the chances? Our third story is a really important and serious story. It's about deepfakes, and they're real. You know, you have to be aware of this, particularly women and parents of really young girls. AI-powered bots have been used to create deepfake nude photos of more than 100,000 women online so far. Now, creating deepfake nude photos or videos of celebrities is not a new trend, but now security firm Sensita has discovered something similar is happening in a popular messaging app called Telegram. These Telegram folks are creating fake nude photos, presumably of women who they know, on demand of an algorithm that virtually undresses them. Yeah, this is the world that we're living in. Now, if there's a silver lining to any of this, it's just hitting the US. So serve this as a warning, spread the word. And if you have young girls that are online on social media, you want to make sure that you give them a heads up about that. Number 4, Facebook values your privacy so they can sell it. Zuckerberg and company are planning to use AI, artificial intelligence, not to track the spread of COVID-19, but to predict the spread up to 2 weeks in advance. And Facebook says their AI takes into account the virus's traits, public data, of course, what people are posting. I'm sick, and here's what's going on, and here's where I live. And pandemic aside, Facebook was also testing out a new feature called Neighborhoods, which aims to take on another social media site. Yes, Nextdoor. And once Facebook sets up your neighborhood, you'll see hyperlocal posts, groups, things for sale in marketplace, and of course, even more specific targeted ads, because that's how they make their money. And here's the other deal. You'll be able to create a separate profile on Facebook so you can engage in others without having to friend them, they say. So right now, the neighborhood is currently being tested in Calgary, Canada. But once it starts rolling out across the United States, I'll tell you, there goes the neighborhood. All right, number 5, it's time for you to sell everything. I mean, everything. 2 years ago, at the annual CES show in Las Vegas, LG rolled out their vision of the future of TVs. In the latest edition of just take my money already, LG unveiled a TV that literally rolls out of a stand. I totally want this. The 65-inch OLED 4K TV hides away in this large rectangular box that's made of metal and wood that sits on your floor and mounts to the ceiling. You just push a button and bingo bango, the screen just appears. It's really amazing. You can roll it out, you can roll it back up. Has 6 different models for music, a clock, a frame, mood lighting, and a home dashboard. And this is one really slick television. Okay, there's your backstory. Now it's finally ready to take home. It's going to be popular like me, for people like me that we don't really like to look at TVs as part of our decor. Or other folks just say, hey, just want to let you know, like, I have a rollable TV. Do you? So the LG Signature OLED-R rollable 4K TV, it's expensive. It's really, really expensive. You can choose from having one rollable TV, I did the math, or you can have 200 HD TVs. That's how much this is. It costs $87,000. Whoa. Okay. This reminds me of something that you can use to impress your friends and coworkers on Zoom calls, because I know that you like to do this. What do you call a person who repairs televisions? Anyone? Anyone? A screensaver. Yeah. Sometimes I just crack myself up. All right. When you've had the same car insurance or homeowners insurance for years, you can get trapped into paying your premiums and just not think about it. It happens to all of us. And it really makes it super easy to overpay and not even realize it. So stop overpaying for car and homeowners insurance. See about getting a lower rate for the exact same coverage you already have, thanks to Gabi.com/Kim. Here's how it works. Gabi takes the pain out of shopping for insurance by giving you an apples to apples comparison of your current coverage with 40 of the top insurance providers. I'm talking Progressive, Nationwide, Travelers. Here's how you do it. You just link your current insurance account, and in minutes, you'll be able to see quotes for the exact same coverage you currently have. Okay. Gabi customers save $825 per year on average. Okay. I know this to be a fact. Allie, who I refer to as our content queen over at Komando.com, she saved about $800 on her insurance last year by just going to Gabi.com. I mean, this is it. Okay. My mother, she saved $600. People are saving like never before. And here's the thing about Gabi. They're never going to sell your info, so no annoying spam or robocalls. It's totally free to check your rate, and there's no obligation. So you've got nothing to lose. So stop overpaying on your car and home insurance. Okay, it's easier than ever to find a competitive rate. Go to Gabi.com/Kim. Let me spell that for you. It's GABI.com/Kim. Once again, Gabi.com/Kim. All right, you want to stay right where you are, because coming up, we have our digital life hack that we are going through the most important piece of gear in your house. Okay, what do you think that is? It's your router, okay? And so we put together a terrific buying guide for routers. I mean, whether you have a small, medium, or large size house, the things that you should be looking for, so you definitely want to miss that. And of course, we have all of your phone calls here on this coast-to-coast broadcast of the Kim Komando Show. And over at Komando.com, we have this really great tip. In case you missed it, I want to pass it along. If you ever find yourself in the middle of a bad situation where it's your word against someone else's, having video can really protect you from harm. And it's actually easy to transform your phone into a full-fledged body cam. And it's not going to cost you an arm and a leg. The Video Armor app for Android and iOS is just $3. It turns your phone into a body cam that records your surroundings while you're focused on doing other things. It can even keep recording when the screen's locked, so it's not so obvious. You can also use a discrete wireless body cam that's small enough to clip to your clothing and lightweight. It's called the Body Cop. It shoots 1080p video, records for 4 hours. It's less than $50. Another option is a waterproof body cam from Cam Pro that records at an even higher video, and you'll be paying for those extras. It's about $150. As I mentioned, all this is, and the links that you need are over on the website at Komando.com. Moments away from our digital life hack that's about the best router for your home. And let's see, back to the phones we go with Jamie in beautiful Tampa, Florida. Hi, Jamie.
Hey, Kim, how are you?
Good. What's happening?
It's hot.
It's hot. Hey, let me tell you something. Don't be talking hot to somebody who's in Phoenix, Arizona, okay? Mike, how many days has it been over 100 degrees?
Oh, I think this last summer we set a new record. It was something like over 100 days.
Yeah. Over 100?
Of over 100 degrees.
Yes. Okay, but so go ahead, try to top that, Jamie.
Well, in that case, Kim, I don't feel so bad then. I live in paradise compared to other parts of the country.
You got it.
Anyway, so I'm totally blind, and I use Amazon quite a bit because I can't drive anywhere.
Sure.
And the question I oftentimes have is, is there a way for me to know when my package has been delivered? Because Amazon has this habit where when you order something, they maybe knock once, like one or two knocks, and then they're gone.
Okay.
And you don't always know it. So is there a way that I can set up something where, when a package is delivered, it makes a noise, or some kind of way that a blind person can tell that Amazon package has been delivered? Because I can't always tell. Because again, they knock so softly, and you can never tell.
And it depends who you get as the delivery person, how often they're going to knock, if they even do knock.
And that too.
So you said that you used Amazon a lot. What has been the biggest change that you've seen in your life since you brought this into your environment?
Well, first of all, it saves me from trips to the grocery store. That's the first thing I noticed. And the second thing is, no longer do I have to wait for someone to drive me to the store or drive me to pick up whatever it is I got to pick up. And I just, tap, tap, tap. I generally use the app, the Amazon app.
Okay.
Yeah, on my iPhone with the voiceover on it. I generally use the Amazon app. I used to use. I'll just call her A Lady.
Yes.
I think you know who I'm talking about.
Yes, the A Lady.
I generally use the A Lady to. I used to use her to order things, but the problem is I can't just say order toothpaste. I have to know exactly the brand of toothpaste and what it's called on Amazon. With the app, I just click, click, click. There I go. So that's generally what I do. So the biggest change is they when it comes to Amazon, if it doesn't work or if I can't use it or whatever, I can do a UPS pickup where UPS actually comes, picks it up, and sends it and gives it back to Amazon.
Okay, well, so that's really terrific. I mean, really, technology has had a profound impact on your life.
Amen.
Let's talk about the Amazon deliveries. Okay, first of all, in your account settings for Amazon, and if you want, we can send you this link so you don't have to hunt around the settings for this. But you can always put delivery notes, and that will say knock 3 times. But that's not to say that they're always going to do that, but you can put delivery notes on all your orders. So if you just put like a generic thing, it'll always appear. There's another option that you could get a text message whenever anything's delivered. The caveat with that, though, Jamie, is that if you order anything from a third party and not directly from Amazon, is that you may or may not get that text message. Okay.
Okay.
Now, are you worried about porch pirates?
Well, given the apartment complex that I live in, one thing I've learned in my 27 years of life is that people love free stuff.
Oh, they do.
And
Yes.
depending on how long it's out there, Amazon could deliver something and I'm taking a nap or I'm in another room and I don't hear it going off. People like free stuff, and the longer it's out there, the better chance of it getting stolen. I think I ordered a phone charger one time on Amazon, and someone told me that, my neighbor told me that, hey, it was, did you get something from Amazon? So having her tell me worked out, but
Right.
she's not always home. She's not always going to be home. So, and I have friends who have had their packages swiped before, and before they could even go outside to get it,
Yeah,
it's
well,
already gone.
and especially now, it's only going to get worse as the holidays heat up and more people are ordering things on Amazon. The reason why I ask is that there's a couple of options. Is they have something called like a door box. Okay, there's actually more than a few options. These are special boxes that have a lock on it. And the lock is, I think you'd be able to feel the numbers, just using your thumb. And so only you know the code to unlock it. But the whole idea is that when Amazon comes, they put the packages in. And if you say like Amazon Day, I just want everything one day, is that they put it in the box, they close the box, and they lock the box. The driver will lock the box just by closing it. And then it has this steel cable that's hooked around the doorknob, so like nobody can really steal this. There's also Yale has a box, and this is something that I was looking at. It looks like just like maybe maybe 4 feet 4 feet across and 2 feet down. And so the whole idea is that the Amazon driver can open the box multiple times a day, or UPS or the Postal Service. And then each time they open it is that you would give them the unlock code in the delivery instructions. Okay. Now, there's also Amazon Key and Amazon Garage and these other services that basically you would put a smart lock on your front door. And then there's a camera that actually watches the front door so that this way, if something does get wrong with the delivery, but then Amazon could open your door and just drop the packages and close the door. So
that's interesting.
Yeah, so you've got a couple of different options here. We're gonna, this is such a great topic, especially now around the holidays with so many people shopping. Let me put this together as a bona fide tip, okay? And then Cassidy, who you spoke with, she'll send you out this tip with the link. So you'll have a link to how to set up your delivery notes, how to get text messages on any delivery that happens, the Amazon Key, the Amazon Garage. There's also the Amazon Gate, by the way. So you put a special door mechanism on your gate, and then they open the gate, and then they drop the packages inside the gate. I was actually looking for that at our house. And then, as I mentioned, there's the Yale box, and then there's the door box. And so if you don't already get our tips, sign up right now over at komando.com/subscribe. All right, let's go ahead and do our digital life hack. And every week we put one of these together for you. And this week it's brought to you by CarShield. Seeing the check engine light turn on can give anyone anxiety. I mean, anytime you see that light, doesn't it make you think like certain things like, how much is this going to cost me? And do I really need to fix this? How long can I put it off? But now that I have CarShield, I don't worry about it anymore. CarShield offers a wide range of protection plans that can save you thousands for covered repairs. That check engine light, it's a lot less scary when it comes on. You have the freedom to choose your favorite mechanic or dealership to do the work, even if your car breaks down while you're traveling. This is really important. The choice of a repair shop is totally up to you. There's no long-term contracts or commitments. Payments are flexible, and CarShield plans are customizable to your exact needs. Get this, CarShield has helped over 1 million drivers. That's why they're America's #1 auto protection company. Get coverage today and see why CarShield cars, they just go farther. Call 800-665-2157 and mention code KIM, or visit carshield.com. Use code KIM and you're going to save 10%. That's carshield.com, code KIM. A deductible may apply. Carshield.com, code KIM. This week's digital life hack is about the best router based on the size of your house. Yes, finally, a great way to pick the best router. because you also have to do a couple of things. Number one is you need to figure out how many devices you plan on connecting in your home. We were actually talking about this while we were putting together the editorial calendar. And I just said to Ben, he's our news director, I said, Ben, how many devices do you have connected in your home right now? And without flinching, he said 87. I was like, wow, he actually counted it all. Second, you need to factor in the size of your home when choosing the signal strength. And then finally, you want to make sure that the whatever router you pick has the most secure encryption out there, WPA2 or WPA3. So for homes 1,500 square feet or less, that's where you want to look at the Linksys EA7300. It's a dual band router. It's a solid choice. Hosts up to 10 devices at once without affecting its signal strength or speed. Okay. Then we go up to 1,500 to 2,500 square feet. Don't even worry about writing these down. So I'm going to tell you exactly where you can get it. But it's the Asus RT. It's a dual band. It actually goes up to 3,000 feet. It's also a Wi-Fi 6 router, which is what we really like. 2,500 to 4,000 square feet. That's where we're going to get a dual band gigabit router. It's one of the biggest ones around. It looks like a spaceship. I have one of those myself in one of my homes. It has MU, MIMO. Anybody for that? MIMO. Multi-user, multiple input, multiple outputs. See? Well, what about larger homes and properties with multiple buildings? That's where you want to start looking at mesh routers, like the Google Nest Wi-Fi. It has a range up to 2,200 square feet for each node. They're small, they're unobtrusive. And also, the other brand that you've heard me recommend for many years is Era. It's owned by Amazon and a range up to 5,000 square feet, but you can go above that as well. Now, when you do get the router home, you need to secure it. Don't worry, we've got you covered there. So for everything that I just mentioned, just head over to komando.com. That's KOMANDO.com. And once you're there, click the link that says Kim Show. Still to come this hour, oh my gosh, hackers are posing as security companies online. Yeah, I'm going to tell you more about that and take more of your phone calls here on the Kim Komando Show. And just a quick reminder, if you're listening to the show, ever gets interrupted for whatever the reason, you can always get the entire show commercial-free as a podcast over at getkim.com. Once again, that's getkim.com. Hank in beautiful Augusta, Georgia. Hello there, Hank. Do you know the very first affiliate for the Kim Komando Show was Augusta, Georgia? Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yes.
That is awesome.
WGAC. Handsome Harley was there in charge, and I think he felt sorry for me. So he's like, okay, I'll take the show.
That is awesome. Well, hi, Kim.
Hi,
I appreciate
Hank.
you taking my call.
You got it.
And we love the show here in Augusta. And I tell you what, your show actually helps me keep up with my 14-year-old and his ever-expanding tech knowledge. So
yeah,
thanks for all you do.
You betcha.
My question for you actually involves him. A little backstory, if I can.
Sure.
He is homeschooled, and for his basic school needs, he's been using an old hand-me-down laptop, which has been fine thus far. Well, on that laptop is an older but full version of Photoshop that he has taken to tinkering with. And I tell you, he has just far exceeded anything I could ever manage to do with Photoshop.
That's awesome.
And I'm just amazed, really. So our homeschool philosophy is to soar with his strengths. So now his latest interest, to scratch his creative itch, is computer animation.
It's fabulous.
Now, he and I have done a little bit of research together and have kind of landed on a program called Blender.
Yes, it's fabulous.
Okay. Unfortunately, the old hand-me-down laptop doesn't have the
I was just going to say,
run Blender.
Yeah, Blender is, once you start getting into animation, that's when you need to up the ante a little bit. And Blender, you need, with something like that, you really truly need a dedicated graphics card and at least 1 gig of memory. You can use an integrated graphics card, but my concern is if you get the integrated card, and I don't know your son, but it's like he's going to be waiting for it and it's not going to be as exciting anymore, because he's like, oh, this is kind of slow. It doesn't really work. And so, so what I can do is I can go shopping with your money, and pick out pick out a couple of laptops for you, so that this way, maybe this is something that for Christmas, right? Be a great Christmas gift.
Yes.
So let me do this for you, Hank. Let me pull together at least, 3 different systems, priced anywhere from, say, 500 to 700. Does that sound right?
Okay.
Okay. Or is that too high?
Well, it's a little higher than my wife would approve, but
okay,
maybe we can swing it.
Well, if you go lower than 500, you're looking at a system that may not necessarily be even acceptable level. So we might have to go just a little bit higher with that. So let me see what I can do lower than 500. And I promise I'm not going to break the bank too much. Hank, thank you so much for your kind words, and give your family a big hello for me. Coming right back and talk about how some Chinese hackers are pretending to be security companies. You really need to watch out here on the Kim Komando Show. Trying to trick you into downloading spyware, keyloggers, and stuff like that. So if you get anything from McAfee that you've never expected, including, just about any security company, just say no and do not download it, and warn your family and friends too. Hey, listen, stay right where you are. We have another jam-packed, fun-filled hour of the Kim Komando Show you definitely never, ever want to miss here on the West Star Multimedia Network. Hey, thanks for watching a past episode of my national radio show. That's why it's called The Kim Komando Show Rewind. Now, to get the entire show, all 3 hours, when it airs live, or you can get on demand, head over to getkim.com and you can become a member of the Komando community. There are a ton of perks. Aside from just the show, you get free ebooks, a place to get answers to your tech questions, and more of me. So come on, what are you waiting for? Click that link right now and become a member. And thank you.